In July of 2021, while New York was still in the throes of the COVID-19 pandemic, a place on the border between Brooklyn's legendary Bushwick and Bed-Stuy neighborhoods would serve as a respite from the woes of pandemic life in the form of all jazz, all the time. With 6 hours of music every night of the week ending in an open jam, Cafe Ornithology and Ornithology are a happening spot any night of the week. So let's go take a look. I'm here in sunny Bushwick with the founder of Ornithology Jazz Club, Mitch Borden, and he's going to show us around a little bit, right?
Right.
All right, Mitch, why don't we go on inside? Veteran jazz club owner Mitch Borden and his wife, Yamaguchi-Borden, founded Ornithology as an underground jazz club. Taking over the space from a Cuban-themed bar called Bonieskie, Ornithology served up cocktails and live jazz until the early morning hours. Then, in November of 2023, a vegan spot closed next door, and they thought, why not? And they took it over and opened Cafe Ornithology, serving up vegan food and even more live jazz.
Yeah, well, it's a home for the musician. That was always my thing. Just do it for the musician. I'm one of them. I want to touch base with that super virtuoso level that some of these cats have. They get here from other parts of the world. They come to New York. The New York jazz scene is the most amazing phenomena probably on the planet. It happens here. It happens here.
All right, Mitch, so why don't you tell us a little bit about the internal aspect of this space?
The stage and the bar just fused together. The audience is sensing that this is something new. Most of the musicians are playing new music, and they're on their edge of their seats. They feel like they're part of an active process.
Yeah, I've been here on a wonderful Wednesday evening or a Friday night, and it's so great to see a quartet or a trio playing all originals all night long for a whole 90-minute set, which is not something that you get at some place, in the West Village or something like that that's trying to bring in the tourists.
I think it's the atmosphere here. It's, the lights are down low. Something cool is going to go down. Something's going to happen.
There's very few clubs where you can sit right here.
You're participating. Mm-hmm. That's a Beckstein from 1920, Berlin. Drum set is a remake of like a 1950s Gretsch.
You got a bass back there that people
That's right. That's an old K, and it plays really well.
Can you tell me a little bit about the decorations in here, like the artwork we've got on the walls?
This is Luciano Flor. He was a bartender here and also a very good mixologist. So it's amazing that this is also an art gallery.
And so are the pieces on the wall for sale?
Yeah, usually, yes.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. They're all beautiful. I've loved every single piece that I've seen come in here.
I just pick anything off the street and try to make it work. I don't, when it looks too much like a airport bar, everything is so smooth and perfect. It would be nice to put jazz bands in those airport boards. That's a really great idea.
So Mitch, if people are here for a long period of time and they want to break from the music and want somewhere to go, you have a place for them, right?
I like the patio.
All right.
Let me make sure I have that key. People still out here from last night?
So some of your old clubs used to stay open till the crack of dawn, but how late is Ornithology open?
2 o'clock, 2:30, we kind of want you out of there.
Yeah.
I did run a club starting in 1994 called Smalls. And I said, no liquor license, And because of the no liquor license, we had a show that started at 5 in the morning and went to 8 o'clock. It's like joggers would come in for the show. It was kind of amazing.
Do you do poetry up here?
Yeah, we've done poetry from the start up here. This is where Leah and I have a nonprofit called GYS, Gotham Yard Bird Sanctuary. During COVID, we were up here. They allowed outdoor performances.
And then you've got chess up here, but you've got no smoking up here on the patio.
Yeah, no smoking cigarettes.
Do you think that a venue needs to be like Ornithology in the way that it's underground, it's super of the people, by the people, for the people? Do you think that a venue needs to have that kind of vibe in order to foster that kind of environment for those musicians? Does that exist at a more polished place, say downtown?
It doesn't exist, of course. Yeah, I didn't like when Smalls got too crowded. When I ran Smalls, the rehearsals started at 8 o'clock in the morning. We never stopped using the space. The door never locked. It should be that way here too.
So right next door, you've got another place called Cafe Ornithology. It's a lot newer.
Go get the keys.
Or are we locked out?
Yeah.
So Mitch, can you tell us about the piano in this room?
This is also from the 20s. Now the 20s is the golden era for pianos. This is Steinway M from around 1923 as well. And the thing is that you can find these pianos, but they're usually in terrible shape, and you put 3 times as much money into rebuilding them. But you know, the same thing with violins, by the way. I play violin. I wanted to be a musician when I was very, very young. In freshman year of high school, I guess 1970, and I got Diz and Bird, and I was shocked. Just shocked by hearing jazz like that.
So jazz, it was very much kind of, started out as an underground art form, right? And then it made its way into this more mainstream and eventually was co-opted by people in high society and became kind of a hoity-toity thing, or at least seen that way by a lot of people. What is jazz's place in the world now, and what part does ornithology play in it?
We feel it's important to incorporate the community as much as possible. And the thing is, the Bushwick has got to be like ground zero for artists right now. So we're very, very fortunate that it's just like open the door, cats are coming in, they're eager to play.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. Musicians are willing to try a show here that may be in unfamiliar grounds, but that's what modern music is all about, because it brings in all new imagery and mystery, and usually that's what the musicians are going for here, because we allow that here. The audience expects innovation now, and it's exciting to them. That is something that's maybe unique to this club and some other clubs, as you say, are independent clubs that don't have the pressure to have tourists moved in and out. You come to ornithology, stay as long as you like.
I read an interview that you did where you described yourself as you were trying to play jazz violin, but the jazz scene here was just so intense. And so
I still is. I don't get up here. You kidding?
You don't play violin at your own club?
I can have a show where it's quiet, and maybe on Sunday with just piano and violin.
Yeah, I'd see that.
Yeah. Anyway, is that enough, you think?
Yeah, I think so. That was my last question.
Yeah.
Well, Mitch, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.